out later because there's going to be some tidbits of information in here that may be common knowledge, may not be common knowledge, and I want to make sure that people know it. So I'm going to share the screen. Julie, can I make you co-host just to see?
Sure, let people in.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Press the button. There you go, my dear. There are some others that are trying to join in. I was struggling with, there you go, my dear. Struggling with Eventbrite technology this morning. It's really weird, but just let me know where you're coming in from. It's very strange. I had to reach out to this beautiful human, Julie, personally and go, can you help me with this? You're from India? How did you find this? That's fantastic. Wow. That's amazing. I love the he. That's so cool. Oh my goodness. Yay. Well, we've gone global, Julie. Look at this.
There you go.
You found it on Eventbrite? Oh, this is going to be amazing because you're going to be able to provide us with knowledge and insight as well. I always, when we do these meetings, I love to have engagement with other people because I find there's more knowledge in collective wisdom from everyone. So our own lived experiences provide us with way more knowledge than just one person. So we will be sharing, and through that, I'm hoping we'll be gaining some more insight into our own health and collective health. So, but I also have to say, as Julie knows, is that I am an educator. I am not a doctor. I'm not in the medical field. I'm in the education field. So we're just here to get insight from one another. I'm not here to diagnose or prescribe, but just support as we try and figure out our health. So that's it. And it is a job for me, working in the education system. And Julie is it is pretty cool. Julie is a natural, I would say, Julie, I would call you a natural health expert, but in the way of tea. So Julie is a tea provider, and also animals. She is a natural health pet expert with animals, but not a veterinarian. So just very wise. And Julie, I have to ask you a question about someone's cat after this. So,
okay.
And I'm just waiting to see because we've got, there was definitely a dozen people. So I'm like, oh, we know how the internet goes.
Can we send them all a message and say, try again?
I did.
Okay.
But who knows? And who knows? It's time, but it's meant to be. So I will share this little, let's see, click around here. I had it going before. This is what makes me laugh. There. And I'm hoping that you'll be able to see this. There we go. So this is just a little one-on-one on nurturing our gut health for a flourishing ecosystem. So I'd love to know, what do you feel is one of either a personal gut issue or something that you see as a common gut issue? What do you see? You can throw it in the chat so you can say it. What do you think is like, what are some issues we see with our gut? Constipation. Yes, that's okay. You can type in there constipation. You bet you bloating. I actually see autoimmune or not autoimmune in there. Do you see autoimmune as much in India as we do in Canada? Yeah. So autoimmune is on the rise. Julie, what do you see with gut? What's something when you were in your store and people come in? What are they coming? What do you see? Constipation probably too.
That bloating, just people trying to figure out why their system's unhappy.
IBS, yeah.
A lot of people having to stop coffee
Mm,
because it's upsetting them where it never used to.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're coming in to find, okay, I can't have this much caffeine anymore. I can't
Yeah.
have coffee anymore.
I'm
Something's going
looking
on.
for happy gut teas.
Well, I did a workshop the other day, because I run workshops through the education system as well. And I would say 90% of the people had coffee first thing in the morning before food. And so I was like, ooh, and some people hadn't even eaten. They just had a big cup of coffee with who else knows what was in it. So that's the other thing. Okay. Well, very common. This is like very interesting to me. We're seeing these things
Global.
global. Yeah, I was talking to someone from South America too, not that long ago, and they were saying the same thing. Like, what is happening? So we work with an organization called doTERRA. It's a natural health direct sell company, and they have an organization that has developed what we call a wellness pyramid, and it's just a way to organize how we think about our health, and we can do this from a gut perspective. So one of the most important things when we look at gut health 101 is our nutrition and our digestion. When we start to look at that primary foundation for health, it starts to impact the rest of the parts on this wellness pyramid. And then it also helps us know what are we doing within these other parts that we need to shift. So I know traditionally in many places around the world that culture and movement can go hand in hand. You look at certain dances, you look at certain, I don't know, just traditions, cultural traditions that we have within our day, our cultural practices. And some of those things are being lost and forgotten when it comes to movement and metabolism. It's very fascinating. And what can we be doing? Your network's a little shaky. Okay. It's like, what do we need to be doing? And like resting and managing stress. What are all these things we need to be doing and building off of to support our gut? But I've highlighted some big ones for us right now. Ooh. So digestive health. This picture is lovely because it tells us a little bit something about what we could be eating. And I don't know what it looks like in India as well, like has the food system shifted there? Because here our food system has shifted so much that it's impacting our digestive health. Like when we look at what we're eating, how we're eating, how we traditionally ate compared to how we're eating now, it's impacting, like we said, coffee first thing in the morning, it's impacting our body's ability to digest. And so what are some things that we need to look at to go back to traditional ways, as well as sort of ways to help heal, because there's so much damage that has been done. That's, I mean, really I've got autoimmune as well. Okay, number one is water. So I would love to know, do you think you get enough water in the day? Julie's like, no. You know what? I'm working on it for myself because I'm doing a lot of things. We're in the busy life that we live in. I don't feel I get enough water in a day. And there are some little hacks that we can use. So Julie, you've got, you know what? You having the teas that you have in your store and having herbal teas is actually a great way to help stay hydrated.
Herbal are, yes.
Right?
Black tea, no.
No, I know my
which is the sad part.
And caffeine can get a little addicted to it, right? So making simple shifts in your life to bring more water in is really important. But if your gut is not working properly, you actually can't hydrate.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are like drinking water, but they're not actually hydrating their body. So this is like, I feel like it's a catch-22. Is if you're struggling with gut health and you know you've got to be hydrated and you're drinking as much water as you can, but you're not seeing results based on hydration alone. The IBS like is one of them. If you've got any sort of that inflammatory happening within your bowels, you're going to struggle with staying hydrated. And I don't know if people understand that part, because there's a lot of people out there drinking their water and not seeing a shift. So we have to look at, okay, what are some of the other things we need to bring in to help keep our body hydrated? It's fascinating. And it's the interconnection of everything. So our Western diet is starting, the fruits and vegetables are starting to decrease in our consumption. We've gone to so much convenience. We've gone to so much processed food that the food that naturally contains water in it, we're not eating it. We're not eating enough of it. And so the body systems that require, and as well as fiber, because fiber helps us bring water in. So we're starting to, or we have been, I don't know for how many years I could say, but that shift in our diet is also disrupting our body's way of hydrating naturally. So one of the things I had looked at, I think I'm gonna say like 2 years ago, was really intentionally bringing more fruits and vegetables, and I'm reducing like the pesticide ones, because the pesticide ones also can create inflammation in your body, which then stops absorption of water. So I know sometimes I don't know what your views are on organic food, or, food that doesn't have spray and pesticides. Like maybe pesticide-free food is a better way of saying than certified organic. But I want people to be aware of how what we're putting in our body can impact how our body works. And our gut is like the key cornerstone for all of that. So making sure that we're upping the amount of fruits and vegetables we're putting in our body. And hopefully they're clean and whole. So, and some people had asked me about smoothies before too, because we definitely are in the smoothie, we call it smoothie lifestyle over here. The thing is with smoothies is they can support and nourish you, but the fiber is different. The mechanism of breaking down, it's like it's broken down already from being in a smoothie, and you want to look at it being whole and your body breaking it down to do that work to get that fiber in. So what's important to know, that's 70 to 80% of the body's immune system and hormone balancing is in the digestive tract. So Julie, did we learn anything more about this? Have you heard more about this? What is your take on, didn't we learn about the estrogen being in the gut, or the estrogen metabolism?
Yes,
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
we did. Yeah.
So I don't know how many people are aware of a struggling gut can also cause imbalance in your hormones.
Probably not many.
No. And it's interesting because that interrelationship between our systems is so powerful that when we intentionally start taking the time and energy to heal and focus on one part of our system And I think really, you sent me that message the other day. I think it's the gut. It's the gut. It's all the gut. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, what was that? What did I send you?
You sent me there were doctors talking about gut health, and I don't know if it was hormone related. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Something I didn't know. I'm gonna look it up while you're talking. Okay.
Yeah, it was this big revelation. It's the gut,
Yeah.
Melissa. It's all the gut. And when I started taking collagen supplements, the MetaPower supplements from doTERRA a couple of years ago, I actually said to Julie, I'm like, I'm feeling my gut heal.
Mhm. I remember that.
Something's going on. It's my gut. Like I know I have this gut instinct that it's my gut healing. And sure enough, my hormones started to shift. It was incredible. The other thing too, resting and managing stress. Cortisol. I don't know if people take this into consideration when it comes to gut health, but our stress metabolites wreak havoc on our gut and disrupt our microbiome. And if we are living in times of increased or higher stress and we're not taking care of our gut, of that microbiome, and supporting ourselves in rest and managing stress, you can end up with some side effects that I don't want to say, but stress-induced IBS. You're changing your microbiome. You're changing, your body's becoming more inflamed. And it's this inflammation, and especially in our gut, that's disrupting so many of our systems. It's so important that we understand that we have to work on resting and managing stress. So something that we have access to is knowing where in our life are we most in need of support, and where do we want to focus our energy. So I've created, with the help of doTERRA, has what they call a Power Me, and it's a Foundations of Health survey. So this survey is going to help target, and it specifically, it's got some digestion information in there too, but it also has the resting and managing stress, and there's nutrition in there. So it's like an overall foundation of health survey that you can take to help better target and help you focus on where your next steps need to be. I liked Julie's when she did hers. Do you remember one of the supports that was in yours that came out that we immediately celebrate?
It's such a play your favorite song. Yeah.
I know.
And it worked.
And it did work. So from a functional medicine side, which looks at everything going on in your life, not just the problems that we're experiencing from a physical health standpoint, but what are all the other parts that could be impacting or supporting you in your life? And so you take a survey, and then it gives you some suggestions and ideas of what you could do, practices to help you take care of yourself better and shift your wellness. Just, they're simple steps, really. And there is well, and truthfully, listening to music, when we think about that, listening to music is going to put us in a better mood, which is going to release those chemicals that are going to help balance what's going on in our gut. And that was, it was amazing. Yeah, that's a little freebie, right? Like disrupting that. So one of the things that you can use to support along your journey, looking at increasing vegetables in your life, looking at supporting yourself with resting and managing stress, all these different pieces that you can do, and taking that survey will help identify and target what's for you. what you'll find out is there's other supports that doTERRA has in the as supplements and oils that can support those changes that you're trying to make in gut health, microbiome, inflammation, and those things. So after that survey, what you might find out is that you need to repair what's going on in your body. Collagen has been researched and is known to help heal the gut. So if you have had damage from, and you could have, for myself, autoimmune gut issues, collagen can be one way to help reduce the inflammation in the gut to help repair it. And this, we've got MetaPower Advantage. Love it. Julie, what do you love about the Advantage? What do you love?
I love it. I haven't stopped taking it every morning since it came out. And I enjoy waking up without my hips hurting anymore. That kind of thing. Yeah.
I think for me, I like my knees, definitely, like that inflammation that I was experiencing in my knees was one of the things, but I know that my tummy is just so much happier.
It's not something people would think of, like collagen and gut heal, but it makes sense because it's like the 9 types of collagen target different parts of your body, like your ligaments or your gut lining or your cartilage, like all of.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and people look at, like you said, lining, right? People know that collagen helps our skin, and our skin is a lining. The inside of our digestive system is a lining as well.
Yeah.
And so building, yeah.
Right. Just the lining around your nerve pathways as well.
Right. All of those linings. Yeah. And supporting synthesis of those linings. Right. That's going into the pathway of the synthesis of those linings. So we're getting an increased healthy synthesis of the linings, creation of the linings. So you end up seeing the better skin. And a lot of people know that gut health and skin health are so connected. People are becoming more aware that when I look and see, and I've got, large, I would get stress, like definitely stress eczema, because of my gut. And so as you're repairing your gut, you're repairing your skin. Another thing. So as we're repairing, we need to restore. And so we have a product, and I've got it here because you've got to see it. You can sort of see it in that picture. Maybe that picture is the best way. I don't know. I got a new one here and I can't wait because this has been a go-to for my family too when it comes to just general inflammation. Having a probiotic, as we know, helps our gut to heal, which helps, oh, there it goes, to manage inflammation. It is fantastic. So it's got prebiotics, probiotics, and phyto, like there's these little guys that go in there, bacterias, and bacteriophages, I should say, and they go in there and they start to clean out some of the things that we don't want to have in there so that we can restore it with the healthy microbiome that we want to have. It's so good. For many people, PB Restore has also helped constipation and mood management. I can see you can, like, constipation and mood and bad moods go together. Right? It's not in your head, it's actually biochemistry.
Yeah.
So the restoration process, when we're looking at PB Restore, the work and the research that they're doing around this and understanding how it helps, gut health helps brain health and mood. And mood, this has been huge for people's mood. So when you're looking at hormone imbalance as well, here's your restoration. This is also helping with hormone balancing when we look at those probiotics in all genders.
I just listened to something the other day from it was a doctor speaking, and he was talking about when, specifically for young women, once you have been on antibiotics, your one course, your chance of depression goes up, I think 17%, but 2 courses, it goes up like 45%, simply because your gut's so unhappy.
Oh my goodness.
Like there's a big correlation they're finding.
So it's one of those things where I would say if antibiotics are needed, right? There should be a step after that to restore,
Oh yeah.
right? So, repairing, you might not have repair that you need, but you might have restoration that you need, right?
And
Because
sometimes you need antibiotics, like that.
yeah,
Sometimes you can't get around that, but
that's right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Like those medicine practices, there's a need and there's service within there as well for our bodies. We know that. But we've also got to think of the other side of how it's impacting it in that restoration process.
Mhm.
Julie, restoration with the fiber, talk to me about this.
Well, nobody gets enough fiber in North America ever. And it's just a handy way to get some extra in you to keep your gut happy. Because we all know that, I mean, I think we knew fiber keeps our gut happy before we even knew about probiotics. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's food for probiotics, right? Or
yeah,
food for, sorry, the microbiome. It's the healthy food.
the healthy food. Yeah.
And so that it helps to grow it. So when we look at restoration, if we're taking these, if we're going to start taking some probiotics, we also have to pair it with something to go with it. We can't just be like, probiotics will do it all. I'm like, no, you're going to have to increase your veggie count. And like Julie said, a lot of people don't get to that point of increasing it enough just because of how our lifestyles are. It's very difficult for many people. So supplementing with fiber is going to help restore your gut.
Yeah.
Maintain. So once your gut balance, that microbiome balance is working, you need to maintain it. And this is where this product comes in. The vitamins and minerals. So we can't get the vitamins and minerals our body needs when our gut's out of whack. Celiac disease for myself is when the cilia that normally, this is like food comes into our body, it gets broken down in our digestive tract. The cilia have all these little, like, I don't know what you call them, undulations. And this is where absorption takes place. This is how our digestive system is massive, but it's all curled and upon itself. But it's also got these like micro-sized cilia that are all like this. So you've got all these little places where food can be and nutrients can be absorbed. When you have celiac disease, they collapse and you don't have a pathway to absorb. Healing it first and then maintaining it by getting the nutrients that your body needs will help your systems work better. 812% methylated B12 in it. That's wild. So because B vitamin helps our brains, helps our happiness level. But you've got to have a functioning digestive system in order for that 812%. I was like, I'm like, recommended daily intake so high, but it actually is because our body needs more than
B12 is also really important for energy. Like if you have nothing in your tank and you're not sure why, it's very often iron or your B12 is low.
Yeah, the iron levels are wonderful in this as well. I can't remember it off the top of my head. We were looking at it last night. So important to know maintaining good health. We have BMG and we also have another system. I don't think I put lifelong vitality in this, but we have another pill form for vitamins and minerals. But there's greens in this as well.
Which mix very well with the fiber and the collagen.
Which works really well with the fiber and the collagen. You can make a little in the morning, a little power drink, a glow drink for your gut. Targeted support. Okay. I'm so happy you're here. I don't have my mom on, she's vacationing, but targeted support, Terrazyme, talk to me. Why do we need this, Julie?
It's my favorite product. If I could only have one supplement to survive, I would pick this one. It just, with perimenopause things, my gut has just started reacting to all kinds of things that it didn't used to. And just taking 1 to 3 of the digestive enzymes with every meal just helps my body break it down and process everything. Because also, as you age, you know, as everything in your body, you are less efficient and you make less of what you need internally and all that kind of stuff. And
Well, yeah, we make less digestive enzymes,
exactly. So
right?
this just helps your body digest the food and
Well,
break
yeah,
it
and
down.
the choices that we made in our 20s do impact how our body's working right now.
Right. Your Coca-Cola and potato chips lunch at college was maybe not the best choice.
So now we got to do some targeted support here. This has been, I think, for a lot of people, this is, like you said, the hero product, a game changer. So maybe if you don't have IBS, but maybe you experience bloating and discomfort with food.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do have IBS, you get a responsive IBS and inflammation because of certain foods that you're eating and that trigger you, that you struggle with digesting. That's what this is for.
Yeah.
So complex carbohydrates, and sometimes if you're eating processed foods that your body doesn't normally, like we're coming into the season of processed foods. That's what I always say. Like there's more deep fried treats going into the holidays,
Comfort food.
comfort food, party food, whatever you want to call it. Have one of these. So your tummy doesn't get upset. But also remember, you can't out supplement a bad diet.
Correct.
You can't. Another targeted support. This one's my favorite. I know you've got Terrazyme and I like Digestion because of my, sometimes there is an inevitable discomfort with celiac disease and things have snuck in and there's cross contamination and there's pain and bloating and all of the fun things. This lovely little nugget, Digestion, fennel, peppermint, star anise. Fennel is also very, very helpful for hormone imbalance. So this beauty can be put in, you can just put in a glass of water. Just like this. Okay, maybe that won't come out. There we go. Great. Put it in some water. It's yummy too. And you can just drink it. But we also have like, I love the minty peppermint tea. Blah, coolness. But we also have them in capsules, soft gels. So if you don't want to take it that way. And a lot of people love Digest Tab.
I love it.
Okay.
I do. It's like the Digestion, you know, going in to fix whatever issues made you unhappy, combined with the healthy Tums, if there's any reflux.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of people will take, if you've got acid reflux going on, Digestion before the meal. It can be reducing that acid reflux and that digestive discomfort. And that again, you're looking at pure fennel. Like this is real fennel. This isn't synthetic fennel or adulterated fennel. This is measured pure fennel. So it works in your body as fennel does with peppermint. So that soothing feeling. It's very soothing. And I like the topical one too, with any tummy upset, because I can put it on topically with the roller and the touch.
I wish we had those when our kids were babies.
Oh, I know. So good. There's a baby one too. That's really good.
Yeah.
So it's really important to know that doTERRA has like the oils that we were just talking about and the products, they are pure tested grade. So they make sure holistic wellness practitioners have products that they can trust to share with people. So Julie also works with people and pets. And we've got to make sure that what we're using works. Because it's there to support, not harm.
Mhm.
So we trust it.
That's why there's so many myths that you shouldn't use essential oils with pets or shouldn't do this. It's because what mostly is in the market are adulterated toxic things that pets react to because they're so much more sensitive than we are.
Yeah. It's bonkers, isn't it? I did a workshop last night and just understanding. I know you can buy oils in many different places, but knowing the purity is going to make the difference when it comes to how you're addressing your health.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it could make you sick. It could make the animal sick, and it make you sick. Co-contract sourcing is one of my favorite things, is making sure that the communities that are working to harvest the oils, to work with the plants, are being treated fairly and also supported. And we work as wellness advocates. So we work independently to learn, and we're supported by the company so that we can share what's current and what works. Definitely. Well, we know I had to put this in here, even though it's not digestive related. It's really good with calming and relaxing, but and skin health too, is that our oils are ethically sourced with organizations and groups to make sure that it's sustainable. And I'm putting this out there too, because I want to go to Kelikua. I can't remember how to say it, but we want to go there. Plant sandalwood trees. It's like, we have to plant sandalwood trees. I'm like, yes, to go there. So the important thing to know about doTERRA's products is that as like a wholesale member, and it's free to join right now, which is great. So good. You don't have to pay a fee. You get 25% off retail prices. There's free shipping with 100-point orders. There's a free gift with 150 PV. They have incentives, and they're so much fun. And the sharing is so cool. You can earn doTERRA dollars when you refer a friend. So if you're like, this is working for me, I love this so much, you should try it. You can share a link with your friend, and then you get like doTERRA shopping dollars back. And we have a rewards program that's coming up that's going to be huge. January 1st, I believe, is our kickoff. Mm-hmm. So many people who are enjoying doTERRA's products because they work are also receiving points every month when they order. And we're getting free things with our points. So it's a higher savings. It's like when you're being rewarded for your loyalty, and I don't know, Julie, like sometimes like, what? You look and you're like, I've got 300 or 400 points. Right?
They add up faster than you think they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm like, I've got to go figure out what I'm going to use my points with right now. After this. I'm like, I keep buying, I like to buy my recharge. It's like, that's how I'm going to order all my magnesium.
Good idea. Mm-hmm.
But thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. I know that maybe technology doesn't always work the way you want it to work. And I know that I have to send this out as a video to some, but please do not hesitate. The nice thing is you'll be able to reach back with any questions, concerns, links to products that you want, knowing that whenever you see this, hopefully you'll be seeing it in the month of October or November 2024. And we have a special code for you that you can get a free 15 ml Balance essential oil that is within our rest and manage stress. Helps us. It's Julie's. What even do I have it? Oh, I don't have it with me right now, but it's one of Julie's favorite oils to use daily.
Balance.
Mm-hmm. And it's in my top. It's in my top 5. I don't know. I'm still looking for my rose. I put it down somewhere. My rose oil might be my favorite one right now. All right, my friends, we'll take care. Thanks for watching. And again, just don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Julie with any questions that you might have. I am just going to Food